tutorial part 3.2, which is if else. So let's get started. Okay. Okay, once again, just like part 3.1, we're going to be using the same file. So, in term, on if else is to use if the if statement doesn't meet the conditions. Like, for example, int num equals. How about 1? We're gonna do a regular if statement if num. Then how about we make it print num? Okay, so now to make an else statement, on the end of the curly bracket, you're going to type space, then else, and then instead of curly brackets. And how about let's print num? Oh, right. What do you mean? There's your semicolon. Okay, now let's run the code. It's just an empty statement. Okay, let's just. Okay, I'll just suppress it. It's still taking a while to run. What about Java Plus? Okay, so here we have a print 1. And that's because we assigned the value of num to be 1. And the if statement read and checked num's value, and it's 1, which meets its conditions. And now let's make num 2. Yeah. Alright, and you see it printed out 2. So num did not reach the if statement's conditions. So instead it went to the else statement, which printed out num. Now there's also something else called else if. It's basically like another else statement, but you're giving it conditions. So how about int num equals 0. If num and this is greater than 0, then we're gonna do a Princeton. Oh, oops. And now for else ifs, you'll type else if and give it another set of conditions like num is less than 0. Then we're gonna have to make num is less than 0. And then you can do an else. Oh yeah. So here's what this does. If we'll check num's value if it's greater than 0. Since it's not greater than 0, then it will go to the else if it checks if num's value is less than 0. In which case it does not meet the condition, so it'll just go straight to the else. So let's run it. Okay. Sorry, like I just explained, it did not meet either of these two conditions, so it went straight to the else where num equals 0. Let's make num a positive number, like, I don't know, 5. Let's run it again. Sorry, it printed num is greater than 0, and we only changed one value. So what happened is it read num's value and it met the conditions of num being greater than 0. So it printed num is greater than 0. And now let's make it negative 5. So yeah, num is less than 0. So what happened is the if statement read num's value and it did not meet the conditions of num being greater than 0. So it went to the else if of num being less than 0 and it met the conditions. Because obviously negative 5 is less than 0. I forgot to do something. So you can actually set multiple conditions for an if statement. Okay, how about let's make a hello string. A hello world. If num is greater than 0. And to set multiple conditions, you can type and for and 2 absolute value signs for or. So basically what this is an if statement saying if num is greater than 0 or message equals hello world, then know what happens. And if we replace the two absolute value signs with two ampersands, then it's basically if num is greater than 0 and message equals hello world, then yeah. Sorry, this is the last one in part 3.2. No, this is the last part 3 in Java. And we'll be moving on to part 4, which is the scanner. I'll see you guys in the next one.